Hey everybody, this is a quick video about how spelling used to be taught in the past and whether or not these tips are really useful and whether or not these teaching strategies are effective. Now, I hear a lot about how public education used to be better or used to be more rigorous or more challenging and how it produced more highly educated students, and I don't know about that. And I'm a bit skeptical. There's no way to prove it either way, at least for me to prove it either way. So I have here an English textbook from 1938 using English first year. I don't know if that's a ninth or 10th grade book, but one student cited out as sick and returned it as well. Nice job, rebellious student from almost 100 years ago. Now, offhand, this book is really bland, except for a few cartoons interspersed throughout. And instead of looking at the entire book, we're going to look at one chapter. We're going to look at a chapter about spelling. Now, the spelling chapter starts off with a diagnostic test, a pre-assessment. Okay, what does it say? Write these sentences from dictation. Okay, so somebody else is supposed to read these sentences to you, probably the teacher, and then you write them down. Whew, yeah, that class is interesting. All right, so how many sentences are there here? Yeah, 15 plus 15, and then 40? Are you kidding me? Now see, I don't think students today would sit still and write these sentences from dictation. I mean, how how many sentences could an average English teacher get through before a kid farts really loud or a fight breaks out or some girl says, "Mister, he's looking at me funny"? What, like five? One? All right. So once the diagnostic test is scored, or maybe self-scored, you correctly go back and you correctly spell each word that you missed. Study them. Conquer them. I mean, how do you do that? Just saying conquer them is kind of useless. I mean, how are we supposed to conquer them? Write each misspelled word correctly 15 times. I mean, I've done that before. I still have a tough time with the words like relevant or separate. I technically know how to spell them, but man, even when they're spelled correctly, they look wrong to me. Adding suffixes to words ending in Y. Okay, the book, see, this is it. The book puts everything in paragraph form. There are no bullet points, no interesting graphics or sidebars. The information here is all right, but it's got to be tough for most students to read today. I mean, did students back then, did they really read all this? All right, next. Adding ing or able to words ending in silent E. They really don't make the rules stand out at all. Again, the book just kind of runs the information together. If you read the rule, it's pretty clear, but I don't know. I don't know if a lot of today's students would see this or if they would even bother to do it. Okay, so page 137 has a list of some exceptions. Ugh, exceptions. English and exceptions. English might be okay if not for all the exceptions to its rules. Even the exceptions have exceptions. Retain the E when adding the suffixes able or OUS to words ending in the letters CE or GE. Okay, let's see, that's a useful rule, if you notice it. Hey, you keeping up? Does this make sense? You with me so far? Okay, raise your hand if you have a question. Put your hand down. Next. Adding a consonant suffix to words ending in silent E. All right, so watch out for the exceptions. The book says, memorize them. Argument, truly, duly. Then the paragraph talks about how in the United States we drop the E in words like acknowledgement or abridgment. Who uses the word abridgment anyways? But England keeps the E. So the Brits don't just talk funny, they spell funny too. Then at the bottom of the page we have the doubling, a final consonant rules. Okay, this is interesting to me. Whew, man, it's tough to read this book. Okay, now you're not going to win a spelling bee with these rules, but this probably could be useful for most school or business writing. Double the consonant when adding a suffix beginning with a vowel to a word ending in a single consonant preceded by a single vowel if it is a monosyllable, right? Or is accented on the last syllable. Okay, now see, I think this is where I'd give up. The book definitely needs examples. Use the diphthong, i.e. diphthong. I think this is the Charlie Brown spelling bee rule when they go I before E except after C. But this book was published before Charlie Brown's specials. In words containing a diphthong sounded like E, i.e. the letter combination, usually follows a letter other than C. That makes sense. And then you have more drills. Oh, write the sentences. How many sentences were they expected to write in 1938? So you get mastery tests with more dictation. So that's it. That's my review of basic spelling rules in 1938, or as they say, chief spelling rules. So what do you think? Would these spelling tips actually help somebody who struggles with basic spelling? Are these effective teaching strategies? Is it just me, or is looking at old textbooks kind of interesting? I don't know, maybe it's just me. That's it for my review. If you enjoyed the video, please watch more videos, or you can go to my blog, Dysfunctional Literacy, for more, including my own original writing. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.